following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
This week on the Defy Life Podcast, it is all NFL all the time. It's time for our big annual NFL preview show. The guys have a few special guests on as they give all their projections on the 2019 NFL season. And as always, we wrap things up with some trivia and answer some listener questions. Let's get to it. Yeah, that's what it is. I guess we gotta do it then. You alright? Check. Pool. Out. Money. West Coast. Let's get it. Strap in, let's take a ride. Oh yeah, it's about that time, right? Been waiting all week to get to this. It's finally time to defy life. Let's chop it up, keep it trail, no other way. That's what we do. We might disagree, but it's all love. Guarantee we gon' speak the truth. Yeah, this hit different. My guys with me now. Who's with us? Stick around for a few minutes. It's contagious. You'll get it. You downloaded the realest. Don't feel us, but get out. You not rocking with Defy Life, then what's your life about? This ain't the Defy Life. Told you. On to the shy line. I'm gonna let this ride out though. This is the Defy Life. Welcome back to the Defy Life Podcast, powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network. This episode is sponsored by Heroes and Dragons, your go-to spot for all things comics and collectibles. Visit 1807 Bush River Road in Columbia, South Carolina, and ask for York. Tell them Defy Life sent you. Thank you. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, GoDefyLife.com, and everywhere your favorite podcasts are available. As always, we encourage you to like, subscribe, and give us a 5-star rating whenever you listen. You can also find us on all social media platforms at Go Defy Life. This is episode 120, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, J.R. Glymph. Joined as always by my wonderful co-hosts, Alvin Glymph, Thomas Stevens, Gerald Hedrick, West Coast J, and a special guest tonight for our NFL preview, Regular Scott. What's good, Al? Welcome back, sir.
Man, it is great to be back. It's never good to miss a week, but it's good to be here. But last week, anniversary, 24 years with the lady. And then my daughter returned back for after 2.5 months in Cape Town, South Africa. So just needed to spend the day, do some steaks on the grill and just enjoy the fam.
No doubt, man.
But y'all had a great show, and it's just good to be back. Good to be back.
Absolutely, man. It's good to have you back again. Congrats on the anniversary, and congrats on my little cousin having a great time in South Africa. A very good experience, man. So glad she was there, had a good time, and made it back safely.
Well, it's she actually came back by herself. She had a couple of classmates, but no grown adults, so to speak. And for her to come from South Africa back to United States safely and doing it all by themselves, it's just a credit to the progress that she made, and just impressed with the young woman that she's turning out to be. So
absolutely
appreciate those sentiments, bro.
No doubt. And congratulations to your wife, man, for putting up with you for 24 years. I don't know how the hell she does it. That woman's a saint.
Well, I always assumed y'all was paying her.
Oh, we are, but I ain't. Since you know, might as well put it out there.
You know how they say don't look a gift horse in the mouth. So I never really asked any questions at the reunion, anything like that. I just figured that y'all was just breaking her off every month because she stays. So that's what I assumed.
Hey, the least I could do is pay yours since y'all paying mine to stick around. So
hey, I don't want to take care of you, and I know you don't want to take care of me. So if we got to put a little money in to keep these ladies around, So be it.
Damn right. Thomas Stevens,
Well,
how's it going today, sir?
It's going well, man. You know, I can't call it this sweltering South Carolina heat. It's like 10, and so it's like 92 degrees out.
Man up, Stevens. Man up.
Oh, I'm not out there.
I know. So you
not
heard
out there.
it's hot out there. Man.
Right.
Oh yeah, man. It is hot as hell. So that I cannot argue with. But what are you gonna do when it's cold? We complaining it's too cold when it's hot. So just stick it out. I ain't saying you necessarily.
Oh, well, I love it. Yeah. I
I'm
got
just
you.
saying people in general. So got to roll with it. Ain't shit we can do. If you get mad, just tell them like Lincoln says. I'm so sick of Mother Nature at this point. He says Mother Nature always hating on him.
Right.
So we're good, man. Good to hear your voice, sir.
Same here. I went and picked on up from practice, and I was like, "Yo, what happened? What y'all wasn't practicing out?" He was like, "Nah, it was too hot outside." We went in the wrestling room. He said we went into the wrestling room, and it was just as hot in there with them padded walls. He was like, "Man, I ain't know what to do." Right. I was like, "Well, go like that sometimes, man."
Hey, come.
Right.
Can't run from. Oh man, Gerald Hedrick, aka Money, aka I'm gonna let you take the rest, man. What's good?
Yo. You already know how I'm doing, man. Mr. Real himself. Yo, the Real is back, man. It's 2 for Tuesdays. Yo, I'm excited to be here. It's another week team with the fellas. Welcome back, Al. You know, regular, my guy.
Appreciate you, homie.
You know, always excited. Yo, I got a chance to be on Take a Knee this week. Well, really last week, but you would have heard this week's show, and I really enjoyed myself. Me and West Coast, so you know, shout out to Regular for having us on there. We had a very, very awesome discussion about a few topics, but specifically on the show that Jay we told you to watch. So I'm very interested to see how far along you are with that, and you know, see how your week was.
Yeah, man, all's good this way. That's what I was going to say. Shout out to you, West Coast Jay, and Regular Scott indirectly for recommending the boys. I done wrapped up that season, so I'm waiting for the next one. Yeah, I'm in it. I done got my wife hooked on it, and I'm sped past her while she was bullshitting watching episodes. I was like, hey man, you better catch this moving train, and she didn't. So I finished up that season, man. I'm hooked.
Oh, you was A-Train out there.
I was A-Train out there. So, yeah, man. Very good show. Thank y'all for recommending that one. At least, and the one thing I could say, by a long shot, it was better than Polar. Fucking geez.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Shout out Uncle Oz.
Oh, man. West Coast Jay, what's good with you, man?
Yeah, you already know I'm over here cooler than antifreeze. Chilling like a mug, bruh.
All right.
I'm glad you got to see the boys. I am. That way you can listen to that podcast without getting completely spoiled because we went in.
All right.
We went in.
All right, yeah. It's on my docket for tomorrow at my desk. I don't have no meetings in the morning, so that is on my docket to hear that conversation.
Yeah, man. We went all the way in, but I am looking forward to this good old fashioned football chatter. You know, it's rare to get Regular Scott out here talking about sports.
Right.
You know, I know this is nice for him. He gets a nice little reprieve.
Anytime I can rescue him and get him over on the jock side, I get him over here with us a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I was gonna be if I was listening to it, he's gonna be somewhere, you know, trying to build bricks out of mud and stuff.
Right.
So, you know. It was good with you, Jay. You good?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm excited about this too. We get to go old school, the good old days when the Defy Light podcast used to be strictly about sports before we got woke, I guess, on this show. So yeah, it's good to before we revealed our wokeness. I put it that way. Yeah, back when we used to just straight talk sports. So it's good to do this every once in a while. Regular Scott, it is good to have you on here, sir. Welcome back. How's it going?
going pretty well. Appreciate you having me on. It is nice to be rescued and talk a little sports every now and then. You know, I gotta get that fix out. And I'm also here trying to show Pooh that, you know, I do know a little bit about football. You know, he didn't want to invite me into the fantasy football league. You know, he
really?
Well, because I'm a nerd. You know what I mean? I'm a nerd. I got blackballed for it by the job.
Hey,
So-
No, man.
I don't know if this is a coincidence, but Colin Kaepernick is mixed too.
Hey, man,
wow.
us mixed brothers got it a certain
Right.
way.
I don't know what it is.
You know?
Hey, man, Pooh.
Both sides.
We call it Pooh. What is it? Pooh Goodell, Thomas Goodell out here.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness.
Nah, man.
Tom-
Ain't like that. He texted me that. I was like, nah, bro. I was in advanced classes as well. There's no, I'm not doing you like that because you a nerd.
No, it's be back, man.
Did you
Back
get
up
that
the flag.
rectified? Did you get that rectified, or is regular in there?
Yeah, I'm in. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
okay.
in.
I mean,
Good,
you
good
might as
deal,
well
good
play some fantasy. What else you gonna do
Good
on a
deal.
Sunday?
What else you gonna
Yeah,
do
what
on
else? What else
Sunday?
I got to do on a Sunday?
Right,
so?
just some blurs playing fantasy football. So yeah,
I asked him
Now-
for odds
Shots
if he wanted to
fired.
be in, but he was like, oh, nah, I don't like watching Ronaldo play. So
True that.
This guy, man.
Brumpum.
Hey, well, you know what? Welcome to the war of the Defy Life Fantasy. What's the name of the league? It
War of
don't.
the Fantasy Beast, right?
Is that the name of the league? The War of the Fantasy Beast.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
that's it.
good, regular. You can come and join out and get this pounding along with the rest of these guys.
Wow.
Hey, man, I'm just a regular guy trying to do extraordinary things. You know?
So did y'all get to 10? Y'all got 10 people?
Yeah, we solid.
Dang,
Okay,
I think we're
'cause
solid. Yeah.
Okay, because I did say if y'all got to 9 and you needed one, I would be the 10th. So I'm glad y'all got 10. So I don't have to whoop up on y'all. The one season I did play and jumped out and pissed y'all off. I can talk about that for the rest of my life, and I will.
Yeah, whatever.
And I will.
Y'all let him win. Y'all let him beat y'all.
Hey, I don't know what happened, man. I think it was a lot of injuries that year.
Money, you wasn't in that league? Man, I wish I could have touched up on you too. But it's all right. That's Pooh how it was. That's Pooh how that smoke was. It wasn't pretty. But yeah, man. So just to set things off, we do have represented here, representatives of, and when I shout your team, give a quick ayo. The Dallas Cowboys and New York Jets, represented by.
Al Boogie. Al. What up? What up?
All right. The Chicago Bears.
What up, man? Windy City Pool. Good.
Windy City Pooh. Man, that's what his mama called him. That's what I'm gonna call him. The Carolina Panthers.
Yo, the Cardiac Cats, Charlotte team money. Let's get it.
No doubt. San Francisco 49ers.
Yee! What up with it? West Coast Jay holding down the West Coast.
And
Throw in the
sometimes-
Raiders, too.
And sometimes by default, the Oakland Raiders. Exactly.
Yep, go on and throw them in there.
All right. And the Buffalo Bills.
Let's go, Buffalo. Regular Scott holding it down.
Isn't he adorable? That's the cutest thing I heard.
Here we go.
That's
Here we
what's
go.
up. That's what's
Hey.
up.
You know,
For y'all
initially,
this year.
initially
something
I was gonna invite V's on, but I was like, I cannot have two Bills fans in one show, so it's just on you, Scott. And Yosh will be here shortly, representing the New York Football Giants.
I feel
Yeah,
like there's going to be a lot of cursing. I feel like there's going to be cursing.
This is
right.
gonna be fun.
yeah. And now that I got all the JV teams out the way, I am representing the Pittsburgh Steelers. So thank you very
Wow,
much.
shots fired.
Oh wow.
Oops.
Wow.
I think you just moderated.
Yeah.
Why are you throwing that in?
Yeah,
I am.
I thought you was moderating.
That's
wow.
hey, I am the moderator's a fan too.
Okay, all right.
Thank you very much. So, you know, anytime I get to take a shot, I got to take it. Oh, man. So, we're going to get this train rolling. And Yosh will jump on at some point. If he fall off, somebody kick him in the chest and let him roll down the hill. But first off, just some house cleaning before we get into the meat of the show, as always. Just want to really give quick shout out, everybody go check out defylifegear.com. We do have the new fall designs dropping soon, within the next couple of weeks, so everybody be ready to check those out. The new book bags are out there with the new designs, so all you kids going back to school, don't look like everybody else in your kids. They don't want to be looking like everybody else and they back to school first, second, third, 45th day pictures on Facebook. Get your kids a Defy Life book bag. They dope as fuck. So go check them out.
I can't wait to hurry up and skip past those pictures.
Man, who you telling? So, so we're just going to get right into it. No news tidbits this week, because this is all NFL all the time this week. So we do have a couple listener questions. First off, and both questions are from repeat emailers. So first, a quick shout out to Bryan from Atlanta. Bryan with a Y. Shout out to you, Bryan. Bryan wants to know, given the way the landscape of the NFL has developed over the years, do you think that the new pass interference rule is a good thing? Al, we'll start with you.
So, great question. Something that I've actually thought about. I hate it, honestly. And I just think that pass interference potentially can be very subjective and very ticky-tacky. And while I appreciate that, there needed to be, like, after that egregious missed call in that Saints-Rams game, I appreciate the desire to respond back. But at the same time, I just think when you think of all of the potential calls that you're going to have to deal with, a percentage of them are going to piss a lot of people off because they're going to be like so ticky-tacky, and a ref could be like, well, yeah, I know it kind of, but not, I don't want that in the game. I like the human element that still remains in the game, and I'm okay with that. I know there's going to be some bad calls. I just think that's part of football. Like, to me, that's part of the game. I know there's a lot of money and a lot of energy invested into these games. I get it. But to me, that's just part of professional sports.
No doubt. All right. Pooh, what say you?
I'm going to be short and sweet. I don't like it. I don't like going back and challenging a pass interference call. I just think it's just micromanaging a little too much because it's a chance call and spur of the moment thing, knee jerk reaction. I just don't like going back to reviewing it.
Okay, Money, what you got?
I'll definitely be short and sweet. Also, I fucking hate it.
Okay.
I was watching a preseason game and somebody. I will say this. So they challenged the flag wasn't thrown, and they challenged to see if the flag should have been thrown. Right. I definitely absolutely hate it in that instance. I don't mind it so much if the flag was thrown, and you want to challenge that there was no pass interference, kind of like it was ruled a fumble on him. Kind of like that type of rule. So I don't absolutely fucking hate it in that context, but from the context of like there was no flag thrown and it should have been, we felt like it should have been pass interference. Now we can challenge that, man. That shit's the wackest. That shit is the worst. I fucking hate it. Get rid of it. That's all I'll say about that.
All right. Well, West Coast, what do you think?
I mean, since we being short and sweet, everything that them last three just said, yeah.
All right. Regular Scott, are you in concert with everybody else, or you got a different opinion?
I pretty much agree with everything they say. I do think with what Al said as well. I do think something had to be done with what that missed call happened last year. Like I think this is just a real knee-jerk reaction to everything because they knew how terrible that blown call was. Like, I mean, there was no reason for that to happen. It was clear and obvious from all angles. So I think this is just a knee-jerk reaction. This is them trying to say, this is what we're going to do to fix it. And they might have gone a little overboard, but I mean, no, I don't like it at all. But this is that's why I think it happened.
Gotcha. And, it's just the way of the NFL. They react to everything. So,
oh, my God, yeah.
So, all right. Well, shout out to you, Bryan. Damn good question. And I'm sure that this question is going to remind us over and over again when this rule rears its ugly head throughout the season. So we'll be reminded of this repeatedly. Next question is from Demarcus in Philly. Also has hit us up a couple times. Demarcus wants to know, and this is a damn good question. I'm interested in y'all's answers here. Pooh, starting with you. If you could have one of your team's favorite players, one of your team's former players in his prime to help your team win a Super Bowl this season, who would you bring back? Who would the Chicago Bears bring back to win a Super Bowl in their prime?
In their prime, who would the Chicago Bears bring back in their prime? Guess I'm not going to carry on too much, man. Just, boy, give me Sweetness, man. I'll get Sweetness.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can't go wrong with Sweetness.
Nah. I mean, I like Lance and Urlacher and, but give me give me Sweetness.
Okay. All right. Money. In the long, illustrious history of the Carolina Panthers, who you bringing back to help y'all win a Super Bowl this year?
Hey, man, Timonga Biaka Batuka.
Man. I ain't even gonna laugh because I'm trying to get Mr. Biaka Batuka on long and short of it. So,
hey, you remember my first 10 shows? I found a way to mention Tim.
Right.
Hey, so that was just a shout out to that. I love Tim, by the way. He is one of my favorite Panthers, but we haven't been around that long. That makes my answer relatively easy. Man, you already know I'm gonna say Agent 89, Steve Smith. Accolade. Bring back Smitty, and let's win one with him.
Okay.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm
Smitty
shocked.
over Pep.
Yeah, that's why I knew. I just hands down I knew it was Pep.
Hey, I gotta go Smitty over Pep, man. I gotta go. Y'all know I love Pep, but Pep went and played with the Bears for 8, 9, 10, 12 years. Yeah. And there was a few knocks on him when he was here. He took a few plays off, took a few seasons off. For what he did and what he accomplished, all time great. But without a few of those knocks, man, I think it could have been the greatest ever.
All right. And also keep in mind, we do have to keep in mind, I think Steve Smith makes sense considering the current roster makeup of the Panthers. So it makes sense.
Yep.
So, all right. West Coast. What about you? Who you bringing back for the Niners, then the Raiders?
All right. I had to think long and hard for the Niners because the offensive choice was where I was in real hard until I realized the makeup of this defense. And Ronnie Lott is who I want back to win the ship this year.
Right.
Ronnie Lott will replace Jimmy Ward and solidify a secondary right there.
Okay.
I had to also think real hard about just saying P. Willie because I don't know who our middle linebacker is for real.
Oh, shit. That's a good question.
Right. See how everybody had to blank for a moment?
Right.
Like everybody blanked. Like our middle linebanker's name is Malcolm, if I'm thinking about this correctly.
Malcolm Smith?
Nope, we got a dude named Fred Warner.
Oh, Fred Warner's nice, though. I mean, he ain't Patrick Willis yet.
Patrick Willis.
But this just is second season?
It is.
But
it is.
Fred
but at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, let me have Ronnie Lott.
Yeah.
Just to solidify that the secondary and make me feel a little bit more confident about people not going over the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, can't go wrong with Ronnie.
Now, for the Raiders, this gets a little more complicated because they need a little bit more a little bit more help, but I did go offensive with them, and I went offensive in a weird place. Gene Upshaw
Okay.
is who I want back because Derek Carr can't stop getting hurt.
All right.
So it was either him or Art Shell.
All right.
Ooh.
And I went with Gene Upshaw to help to protect and keep Derek Carr a little more upright and stop getting concussed and back broken, and maybe if he stays upright he'll be able to find frostbite and get some things actually done. So yeah, Ronnie Lott, Gene Upshaw were my two choices.
Damn good ones. All right. Regular Scott, who you bringing back for the Bills, sir?
So I know the sexy choices, Bruce Smith or OJ, but
OJ?
OJ.
Oh,
heck yeah.
The juice.
What?
damn right. Hey, in his
Yeah.
prime.
Hey, what?
The juice is the correct answer, not even a sexy choice.
Right.
But
I
but I have to
laughing
go.
the word sexy with OJ. That's all.
Oh, true that.
That's
Okay.
hilarious.
I like OJ.
But I had to think about what do the Bills need? And defensively, we're solid. We've been solid for a while, but when you're on the field for 80% of the game, how good can you be the entire game? So defensively, we're good. Offensively, I like what Josh Allen's bringing, but he needs a target. So I'm bringing back Andre Reed. I think he's a great go-to receiver. I think he could go and fill in those go-get-it balls. Josh Allen can maneuver, get out the pocket, create some space. That's where Andre can create. I think they'd be a dynamic duo.
Not bad. Yeah. Perhaps the most underrated receiver in NFL history, Andre Reed. Al, it all circles back to you, sir.
Bring it back.
First your Dallas Cowboys, then your New York Jets. Who you bringing back to the Cowboys?
So I thought very similar to Regular Scott in the sense of who do they need, what do they need, and honestly, Cowboys are pretty stocked in terms of our starters. Like we across the board, there's no real competition for spots. But that being said, I still think there's something needed, and that's a consistent pass rush to go with Demarcus Lawrence. Although Robert Quinn's going to add some fuzz, but that being said, I went with a dude that didn't win a Super Bowl with the boys, and DeMarcus Ware is who I would bring back in his prime to throw on the current Cowboys.
Jesus, that's scary.
Yeah, that was ugly. We saw what happened when he got a pass rusher on the other side. The Broncos was hideous.
Right.
Very scary.
All right.
He's gonna go down as one of my favorite Cowboys. Like he's up in that the Mount Rushmore of Cowboys for me in terms of my favorite players.
All right. And Al, just a quick shout out to you. I did ask all of y'all if there was any former players you'd like me to reach out to for your favorite team. So my next guest on Long and Short of It will be Jason Hatcher, former Dallas Cowboy defensive lineman.
J Hatch.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
He was at Junior's wedding out in Vegas.
Yeah. So
I remember him.
Yeah. So yeah, he'll be on in the next couple weeks.
All right.
So, so moving on to your New York Jets. Outside of Blair Thomas, who you bringing back to the?
Oh, y'all be mad if I say Wayne Corbett, right?
Hey,
but,
I wouldn't know that's your guy.
I wouldn't be mad.
You know, I like Corbett, but I'm gonna go with a guy that I know folks on this podcast. Y'all gonna like my pick. But very similar. With the Jets, their biggest need is pass rush. Like they're developing really well quarterback receivers. We got Le'Veon. I like the safety Williams from Alabama and Leonard Williams. They're pretty good in terms of stopping the run. But I thought if we could add John Abraham to that defensive line, if we could add him, then our defense is ready to go after Tom Brady.
I feel like I just listened to a show with John Abraham on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I did too. I figured y'all was like,
what? Jay, what was that all about? Go ahead and plug it up.
Yeah, that would be the long and short of it. The aforementioned podcast I just spoke of, where I speak to former NFL players outside of quarterbacks to tell their stories. So definitely check it out. Long and short of it, brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network. That good, man?
Well done. Well done.
All right.
that was on the alley.
That was. Thanks.
Slam dunk. Good
right.
slam dunk, fellas.
Money. I think we might be better than all the duos in the NBA.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, Al with the hockey assist though.
Right. Damn right.
Thank you. Watch out for them Rangers, by the way. Just a little hockey plug. Just
okay.
throwing that out.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to start getting the Al and Money's hockey minute, along with Al's baseball minutes.
Okay.
Hey, he did impress me when he mentioned the Canes a few months ago. I was like, okay.
Right. Cool. Well, thanks, Demarcus. Damn good question again.
What's up, fuckers?
Oh, shit, right on time. There you go.
Here we go.
I know who that is.
What's up, fuckers?
Hey, what's happening, y'all?
What's good, Yosh?
In the building.
What's happening?
First of
That's
all,
how you make an entrance.
right. Thanks for making a clean entrance to the on this moving train. Pooh ain't have to kick you in the chest and let you roll down the hill.
Man, here's the funny part. I done listened to about 2 segments, and I've been pushing the button, but I didn't realize I was on mute.
Oh shit.
So I didn't want to infringe on anybody else's time, so I just waited I waited for the segue.
Okay. Well, if you want to jump in with who you bring back for the Giants to win a Super Bowl this year, you can.
Well, when I looked at the roster, the easiest initially I was gonna say Phil Simms. Initially, that's where I was gonna go, but offensively, I think we're okay. I hate both my quarterbacks, but I think where we would need help is a guaranteed pass rush.
Oh.
And if I could bring back them 132 sacks, you know who I'm talking about, Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
The unblockable monster.
Right.
You know, and the fact that he had 132 sacks, 16 years, but only 8 years he played a full 16 games. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And what you add him with, I think Dexter Lawrence is going to be pretty good. Dalvin Tomlinson, I think that'll make for a pretty good defensive line. Yeah. A pass rush from the outside linebacker spot. And then our inside linebackers are pretty okay. And then our corners, I like Janoris Jenkins. And then our safeties, Antoine Bethea and Jabril Prepper. So I'm good. You add just a certified pass rush to that, and then we just hand the ball off. We got some really good receivers. I think our receiving course pretty good, and our tight ends are really good. Red Ellison and and Evan Ingram. So I think that would make I think we're okay this year, but you add that, I think we got a real shot.
Right. And shit, he's Lawrence Taylor. Like, I don't give a damn who you got at pass rusher. If you got a chance to bring back Lawrence Taylor, you might want to do that. So,
there was no other person. Like I thought about receivers. I thought about, like I said, the only other person that I even came close to was Phil Simms.
All right. Yeah. LT all the way.
LT, yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Damn good question, Demarcus. Thank you, Bryan. Both you guys for repeatedly hitting us up. Thanks for listening to the show. Anybody out there, and thank you guys for listening as well, knowing that this was going to be our NFL preview. I don't know if that factored into your decision to ask NFL related questions, but thank you for that. But anybody out there that wants a question answered, wants to address anything, or if you just flat out disagree with something we say on the show, hit us up. You can email us at info@godefylife.com, or you can hit us up on social media, all platforms at godefylife. Guys, y'all ready to get straight into this NFL previews?
Let's get into it. Just let me know the part. Just let me know the part where I can debate.
Well, this ain't that part. So I intentionally, because I knew I had a Cowboys fan, a Giants fan, and I had money, and I had West Coast, and I know if we debate on these topics, we'll be here all night, and y'all gonna entice me to start talking, and that is not my goal for the night. So, just a few quick hits, answers only, no explanation, no debate. I just want an answer. We run through these quick hits. First up, Money. Who's your surprise team for 2019?
My surprise team, 2019. I'm gonna sneak this team in there, just because I don't think a lot of teams are gonna know what to do with this team.
No explanation.
My bad.
Answer
My
only.
bad.
Please, no explanation. Please.
I'm sorry, my bad. Y'all know how the Arizona Cardinals.
First question.
All right. Yeah, Money like rules. Fuck is rules. Right. Arizona Cardinals. All right.
Honestly, I forgot about
Right. That quickly.
That quick.
All right. Oh man. West Coast surprise team for 2019.
I mean, it's not much of a surprise, but it's enough of a surprise that it matters. The Carolina Panthers.
Okay. All right. Regular Scott surprise team for 2019.
The Buffalo Bills.
Okay. All right. Yosh surprise team for 2019.
As much as this is going to pain me to say, the New York Giants.
Oh, okay. All right. Why does that pain? Well, I can't get an explanation. Okay. Your answer.
No
is your
explanation.
answer.
You said no explanation.
Right. Damn right. All right. Al, who's your surprise team for 2019?
The Jets.
Okay. Pooh, surprise team for 2019.
Arizona Cardinals as well.
Okay. All right. West Coast, who's your disappointing team for this season?
Womp womp. The Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, okay. All right. Regular Scott, who's your disappointing team for this season?
The Dallas Cowboys.
All right. I think that's as close as you're going to get to a debate from Al. Just laugh at your answer.
Close to a shot fired as we can throw right now, too.
For real. This may be the hardest part of the show for y'all. It's like so much restraint. Oh, man. Yosh, who's your disappointing team for this year?
The Dallas Cowboys.
Wow.
That a boy, Yosh.
Oh, man. All right. Al, who's your disappointing team for this season?
So let me just get a point of clarity. If I'm by disappointing, does that mean like they're kind of expected to be good, but what's going to happen is they're not going to be good?
Yeah.
Or they could be expected to be bad, but be worse than expected.
Yeah, somebody who's going to be worse than people think.
Or that could just
Worse
be the
than
Cowboys.
people think. Then I can't say the Bills or the Giants because they're not going to be worse than we think because we all expect them to suck. So I'm going with the Cowboys.
15 seconds, Jack.
Aren't you giving an explanation?
So with that 10 seconds,
No, my
Jack.
bad. I just
Moderator.
needed clarity. I'm going with the
Shots
Falcons.
fired.
Falcons will be. Oh man, Keon will be proud. All right. Can you imagine the rule breaking going on if Keon was here? Jesus Christ. Pooh, who's your disappointing team for 2019?
And then there were three. The Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't know if they're going to get Zeke in there.
Wow.
Oh man. All right. Regular
You ain't
Scott.
asked me.
Oh, Money.
What's up?
I didn't get deep. Money. Who's your disappointing team for 2019? Sorry.
I gotta concur with my co-host, the Dallas Cowboys.
Damn.
I ain't even going to hit it no more. I'm just going to leave it.
I'll do it.
Oh wow! All right, that should be interesting. I'm sure if whether y'all are right or wrong, we will hear about this again. at some point.
All year.
Right. All right. West Coast. Who is your surprise player for 2019?
Jimmy G.
Who?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy. Okay. All right. Regular Scott. Who's your surprise player for 2019?
Dante Moncrief.
I like that one. I really like that one. And I can concur. All right. Al, who's your surprise player for 2019?
Jameis Winston.
Okay. Good one. Yosh, your surprise player for 2019.
I thought about it, and it's Jesus. I don't know. I couldn't come up with anybody like that. I'd be like, yo, it's just gonna be a shocker.
We'll just say Eli Manning.
I think Nick Chubb's gonna have a pretty good season. So
Okay,
if
that's a good
anybody, I'll probably say Nick Chubb.
Really good one. Okay.
I think he's gonna, because of no explanation. Sorry.
All right. Money, who's your surprise player for 2019?
Kyler Murray, man.
Okay. Good one. Pooh, who's your surprise player for this season?
Mark Ingram.
Okay. Nice. Al, lastly.
Surprise player?
Did you get one?
I said,
Yeah,
I
you
did. Jameis
Yeah,
Winston.
you did Jameis. That's right. Yosh, who's your disappointing player for 2019?
Ooh, Kyler Murray.
Okay. All right. And whoever's right or wrong, I'm sure we'll hear about it again. Regular Scott, who's your disappointment as a player?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, man. Okay. Yeah.
Shots just fired from that.
Right. And right on cue. West Coast J, who's your disappointment for 2019?
Regular Scott.
Come on, man. Touche, man. Well played. Well played.
All right, real life. Le'Veon Bell.
Interesting. All right. Pooh, who's your disappointment for 2019?
Andrew Luck.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Oh wow!
All right.
Wow!
Wow. Al, your disappointment. Al,
Yes, sir.
who's your disappointment for this year?
Eli Manning.
You sure it's
That's a
not Dak
disappointment.
So Eli's gonna get benched, is what you're saying. All right.
I think it gets worse this year. Yes.
Jeez. Oh man.
You
I
sure
don't
it's
even
not
think
Dak
he's gonna
Prescott?
start, but okay.
All right. I did. Damn. Jay threw out Dak. Okay. Money. Who's your disappointment for this year?
Did you say Jay threw out Dak?
West Coast.
Yeah,
Jay
that's
threw
what I
out
was asking
Dak.
Al.
Yeah.
Said I asked Al if he wasn't disappointed in Dak right now.
Oh, okay. Ooh, wee.
I
missed
got
that
a
Yes,
lot
I-
of people. I got a lot of people I could go with, especially as I'm writing my stay away from article this week. But I'm gonna say I'm gonna throw out there Jimmy Garoppolo also.
So we're piling on Jimmy and we're piling on the Cowboys. All right. That everybody? Yeah, I got everybody on that one. All right. This should be a really good one. Al, who is currently the most overrated player in the NFL?
Cam Newton.
What?
Man, I like how y'all just targeting each other's teams. I'm loving it.
I'm just saying, I'm not gonna be the only one taking punches.
He did say it with authority too. He was like, Cam Newton.
Oh, okay, that's how we doing
Right.
it.
That's what we doing. Like there are currently only 9 teams in the NFL, and those are the ones we talking about. Oh man, this is great. Yosh, who's the most overrated player in the NFL?
Dak Prescott.
Oh.
That man want over 30 mil a year. Boy, sit down.
That man turned down $30 million a year.
Boy, go sit down.
I haven't said no explanations, moderator. What we doing here?
Oh man,
It's not an explanation. It was a statement.
We debate.
I'm sorry, I'm too busy laughing. All right, Pooh, who's the most overrated player in the NFL?
Man, I really, really wanted to say Dak as well, but I'm gonna say Aaron Rodgers, man.
Oh wow, okay,
Wow.
all right. Man, I want that explanation, but I can't. Sorry. Money. Who's the most overrated player in the NFL?
Dak Prescott.
Damn.
So quick.
I wanted to say Dak Prescott. And I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna shy away from it, Pooh. I'm not gonna shy away from it.
West Coast.
Do you think, Stephen A? Yeah.
West Coast. Who's your most overrated player in the NFL?
Andrew Luck.
Oh wow. Okay. And Regular Scott. Who's the most overrated player in the NFL?
Carson Wentz.
Good one.
I almost went there too.
Good one.
That's fair.
Good one.
All right. And on the flip side, we're gonna double up with you, Regular Scott. Who's the most underrated player in the NFL?
Christian McCaffrey.
Nice. Okay. Yosh, who's the most underrated player in the NFL?
I can agree, Christian McCaffrey.
Okay. West Coast, who's your most underrated player?
I hate to say it, but it's Russell Wilson.
Oh wow.
Oh,
That's a good one.
yeah.
That's a good one.
That missed me. Damn.
All right. Pooh, most underrated player. So,
I'm sorry, man. I'm laughing at Yosh. He was like, "Boy, I should have said that one." But hey, I'm gonna say Janoris Jenkins, man. I think he's one of the best corners in the league, but he don't get his prop, man.
He don't.
grab it himself. Yeah, it's a good one.
He'll get toasted once a week.
And that still don't got his 30 million.
Nah, hey, I would love to have him.
Oh man, Yosh. I'm sorry, Money. Who's your most underrated player?
Hey, man, I'm gonna double up on West Coast and go Russell Wilson.
Okay. And Al, who's your most underrated player?
Yeah, I'm a co-sign Russell.
Okay. Well, I want to say I'm proud of y'all for not naming any of your own team's players. So kudos to you guys. Yeah, those are some damn good answers though. All right. So I'm gonna go through a few positions. I want each of your best in the league at that position. Al, who's the best quarterback in the NFL?
Mahomes.
Who's the best running back in the NFL?
Me? Is it all me?
All you.
Saquon.
Okay.
Saquon.
Best wide receiver.
DeAndre Hopkins.
All right. Best tight end. Now the Grunt is
Kelsey.
gone. Okay. Best interior defensive lineman.
Aaron Donald.
And best edge rusher.
Khalil Mack.
All right. Best off-ball linebacker.
Bobby Wagner.
Best cornerback.
Jalen Ramsey.
And best safety.
Derwin James.
Okay. All right. Yosh, who's the best quarterback in the NFL outside of Eli Manning?
Man, shit. He was the only quarterback in the league. I wouldn't name him. Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. Best running back.
Saquon Barkley.
Okay. Best wideout.
Odell Beckham.
Best tight end.
Ooh. I didn't think about that one, so we'll pass.
Okay. Best interior defensive lineman.
I think with Dalvin Thompson.
Okay. Best edge rusher.
Khalil Mack.
Best off-ball linebacker.
Yet another one I did not discuss with myself.
Okay. Best cornerback.
Jalen Ramsey.
All right. And best safety.
oh God, what's the name is in my head. He no longer a Giant, so it escapes me right now. But wherever the hell he at, skip that.
London Collins.
Landon Collins. There we go.
Okay. All right. Pooh, best quarterback in the NFL.
I'm gonna make it the trifecta, man. Give me Patrick as well.
All right. Best running back.
Alvin Kamara.
Oh, okay. Best wideout.
Give me Nuke.
All right. Best tight end.
Travis Kelce, hands down.
All right. Best defensive lineman.
Aaron Donald.
Best edge rusher.
The Mac attack.
Best off-ball linebacker.
Man, I split this one, man. I'm going to go with the two young pups. I'm going to go with Miles Leonard and Van Der Esch, man. Monsters.
Okay. Jerry's Leonard.
Jerry's Leonard. Yeah, Jerry's Leonard. What do I call him? Miles. I'm thinking about basketball.
Yeah, Miles Leonard is a white center.
I'm talking sports out my
That is correct.
Yeah,
hey, sports out my butt. Yo.
Right. But I'm maybe he can play linebacker as well. Not sure. He damn sure had a good playoff game last year.
He's mad tall, though.
Yeah, he is. 7 foot. You can't throw shit across the middle.
Couple two.
Right. Best cornerback.
I'm gonna go Jay Ram as well.
All right. I'm starting to dislike all this no love for Patrick Peterson, but I digress. Best safety.
Best safety, man. Let me go 39. Eddie Jack.
Okay. All right. West Coast Jay. Who's the best quarterback in the NFL?
Yep, it's unanimous. Pat Mahomes.
All right. Best running back.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. Best wide receiver.
That would be Nuke.
All right. Best tight end.
That would be Kelce.
All right. Best defensive lineman.
That would be Donald.
Best edge rusher.
There's Khalil Mack again.
Best off-ball linebacker.
Bringing back Bobby Wagner.
All right. Best cornerback.
Here's where we change. I'm going Xavier Rhodes.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. And best safety.
I'm back with Pooh and Eddie Jackson.
All right. Wow. All right. Money. Who's the best quarterback in the NFL?
Man, Patrick, man. Mahomes.
All right. Best running back.
Mickey C.
All right. Wide out.
Man, DeAndre Hopkins.
All right. Tight end.
Travis Kelce. Hands down.
All right. D lineman.
Aaron Darnold.
All right. Edge guy.
Khalil Mack.
All right. Off-ball linebacker.
That means someone that's not inside linebacker?
Somebody who's not a linebacker, like an edge rusher. So somebody who plays off the ball.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Darius Leonard.
Damn good one. Best cornerback.
Jalen Ramsey.
All right. And best safety.
I'm going to switch it up. Go get a different guy, man. I like Buda Baker.
Good one. Okay. All right. Who didn't I touch yet?
Regular
Scott.
Regular Scott.
Yeah. This should be good. Best quarterback in the NFL.
Aaron Rodgers.
Best running back.
Saquon Barkley.
Okay. Best wideout.
DeAndre Hopkins.
That's the one unanimous one we got so far. Best tight end.
Travis Kelce.
Two of them.
Two of them, yep. Best defensive lineman.
Aaron Donald.
Best edge rusher.
Mr. Khalil Mack.
All right. Best off-ball linebacker.
Luke Kuechly.
Oh, nice. Best corner.
Jalen Ramsey.
Another sweep. And best... Oh, no, it's not a sweep.
Charlie wasn't a sweep.
No, that wasn't a sweep. And best safety.
Micah Hyde.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, Micah Hyde's nice. All right. That concludes our quick hits. Are y'all about to explode with explanation and debate?
I feel like we should just wait for Al for a few minutes. Because, he kind of got piled on a little bit with the...
He did.
What's up with the disrespect for Aaron Rodgers, though? Like, we acting like this dude isn't still a G. At his, at his peak, he's still the top dog.
There's a lot of G's out there.
There's a lot of G's out there. Mahomes is a bigger, faster Russell Wilson.
We'll see. We will.
I'll say like I say about everything else in all sports. I just want to see more. 1 year was impressive, but I want to see more. So I ain't saying the dude's not a stud, but I want to see more. But yeah, so just a couple of pointers. Scott just touched on one of them, and I touched on one earlier. No love for Patrick Peterson, but
Ain't Pat sit for the first few games?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I think that eliminated him from my list. Otherwise, he would have been on my list.
I agree.
Well,
I agree.
And if you saw how Jalen Ramsey played last year, that may have eliminated him from your list as well. But I digress. But no love for Zeke.
Not Xavier Rhodes, though.
No love for Zeke, Le'Veon. No love for those guys. No love.
I just think
Zeke in Mexico.
Again, I go with what I see. And Saquon, for me, got it all.
Gotcha.
He's like, I just like the wiggle. I like that he shakes.
Right.
I like Chris McCaffrey for his overall usability and Norv Turner.
Gotcha. And lastly, no love for Von Miller as an edge guy.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, we love Von.
Love Von.
But
I didn't hear it.
I don't love him more than Khalil Mack.
I'm just in love with Mac.
Okay, I got you. All right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. We're going to jump into a commercial and show some love to our sponsor. And we'll be right back and dig into this our projections for the 2019 NFL season. We'll be right back.
Are you starving for comics? Do you covet the classics or the newest copies of our favorite comics? Ooh, that All-Star Superman, Watchmen, and Remember the Sandman? Heroes and Dragons can remedy that. They've been around for more than 30 years with the homegrown family atmosphere. Who's doing it like that? Marvel, DC, collectibles, toys, it doesn't matter. They have what you want. Go see them. Ask for York. Heroes and Dragons, located at 1807 Bush River Road, Columbia, South Carolina. Tell them Defy Life sent you.
And we are back. Definitely go check out our sponsors, Heroes and Dragons, 1807 Bush River Road in Columbia, South Carolina. All things comics. Go check them out. As for York, tell them Defy Life sent you. Guys, when we left off, we were just starting to get into the NFL season, had some quick hits, but didn't let you guys debate or explain anything. So now it's time to talk. Yeah, so let's get into this 2019 NFL season. So first we're going to jump into some stat leaders. I want to know who you guys think will lead the league in the following categories. All right, starting with you, Regular Scott. Who's going to lead the NFL in passing yards in 2019?
Drew Brees.
Okay. Al, who's going to lead the league in passing yards?
Well, considering that the
and
Browns
if you want to
stole,
explain here, you do have room for explanation if you guys want to. So.
Yeah, I'm going with Baker Mayfield because they done stole Beckham from the Giants. So I felt like with the addition to that roster, I think he's going to be the difference to where I don't see a lot of people stopping that offense. So I'm going with Baker Mayfield.
All right. Yosh, who's going to lead the league in passing yards?
The only man to do 5,000 yards in back-to-back years, Drew Brees.
All right. Pooh, who's going to lead the league in passing yards?
Boy wonder, man. Pat Mahomes.
Okay. All right. Money, who's going to lead the league in passing yards?
It's going to be a close projection between Mahomes and Baker Mayfield. but I'm gonna edge it to the kid. Well, they're both kids, I guess. But I'm gonna edge it to the Kansas City kid, Mahomes.
Okay. All right. And West Coast, who's going to lead the league in passing yards?
Number 2, Jared Goff is going to. He was number 2. He's going to do it this year.
Good one. All right. Money. Who's going to lead the league in rushing yards?
Rushing yard, just clean rushing yards.
Are there dirty rushing yards?
You're gonna pick up the dirty yardage.
Right. Yards after contact.
okay.
I think you're asking who's yards from scrimmage. No. Actual
Right.
just rushing
We're
yards.
just talking about just rushing yards, not yards from scrimmage.
Yeah.
Money. Who's going to lead the league in rushing yards?
Yeah.
Is that rushing in mud on AstroTurf?
Yeah, I don't get the confusion.
It's gonna be close, but if Zeke shows up, it'll be Zeke. If Zeke don't show up, then I'm gonna go with somebody y'all probably not thinking about, man. I'm gonna say David Johnson.
Okay. All right. Shit, Money threw me off. I don't even remember who I done spoke to already about this.
Just me. It was just me.
You. Damn. Seemed like that was a long time ago. Pooh, who's going to lead the league in rushing yards? That means like when the quarterback hands it to the running back and that guy runs down the field, i.e. rushing yards. Who's going to lead the league in that category?
True that.
Everything in me wants to say Le'Veon Bell. However, on my pad, I have David Johnson. I'm going to go with David Johnson as well.
Oh, wow. Synergy.
Yeah.
He was so juiced about it, too. Did you hear?
He was. Right. Yeah.
Well, because I thought I was the only one thinking that.
Nah.
Something tells me Pooh doesn't share your enthusiasm about David Johnson. But he
I love David.
No, no.
I love David.
Yeah. There was just a huge gray area between David Johnson and synergy. It was just like, it didn't matter. But Yosh, who's gonna lead the league in rushing yards?
If Zeke was playing week 1, I don't think he's gonna play week 1. So I think that X him out. I think Saquon Barkley.
All right. West Coast, who's leading the league in rushing yards?
Out of nowhere, Nick Chubb.
Wow. Okay. Al, who's leading the league in rushing yards?
Even though this team is going to be behind a lot and probably going to have to do a lot of passing, I'm going to have to agree with Yosh and go with Saquon Barkley. And, I think he's a home run hitter, and their lack of wide receivers, I think he's going to put up a lot of yards this year.
Okay.
So I'm going with Saquon.
All right. And Regular Scott, who's leading the league in rushing?
I second exactly what Al said. I'm going with Saquon as well.
Okay.
Damn, I'm out here on an island, so let me explain myself.
Right, that's where I was going because I want to hear the explanation behind Nick Chubb.
Baker
Especially
Mayfield
with Kareem
has.
Hunt in town.
Well, I don't know that Kareem Hunt is going to get many touches, to be quite frank. Like, I don't think he's going to get as many as you would think coming off of the season he had with the Chiefs. Because the season that Nick Chubb had with the Browns without the receiving core that they had, I think that you're not going to be able to load the box. And so he's going to get loose, and he's going to get them dirty yards, or the clean yards too, I guess, from Money's perspective. But I feel like he is going to eat just because you can't load the box against him. If you do, then you're beat over the top in a heartbeat.
Hey, Jay, can I change
the exact reason why I don't have Saquon leading the lead in
That's
the exact
exactly
opposite
where I
reason
was at.
is why I don't have Saquon leading the lead in rushing because, boy, the Giants' verticability, or if that's even a word, I made it up. If the Giants' vertical attack is gonna be severely strained, boy, and I think it's gonna be a lot of defenders in that box.
But I do think that, and don't nobody hate my team more than I do.
I don't know. I might jump ahead of you on that.
I really, really dislike my team. I will always be a supporter. I'll always be a Giants fan, but I think that our receiving core is actually pretty good. Sterling Shepard.
Dude, where are you getting that from?
Hold on now, bro. I didn't interrupt you when you was talking. So I think Sterling Shepard runs actually some damn good routes. I think Golden Tate's a good receiver, and I think Evan Ingram as well as Red Ellison give us good people in the middle, give us good tight ends that can run pretty good routes in the middle of the field. Evan Ingram could get vertical. Although Eli Manning might not be able to throw it all too well in his latter years, I do think he can do things here and there. Even if they pack the box, it should be enough to ease it up, play action, to ease it up some to go back to the run. Which takes me over to the Browns. I think everybody's talking about the Browns like that shit gonna be just easy. You got a lot of personalities in that locker room. And although I think Nick Chubb's going to have a surprise year, I do think that with Kareem Hunt coming in later on in the year, they're going to get him some touches. He's going to hit a couple of home runs, which is going to split those carries later in the season. And I don't think that it's going to be as cohesive as it seems right now later on for the Browns. And so that's why I think Saquon, because Saquon took a beating last year and was still able to accomplish a lot. So that's just, an opinion of mine. But, I don't think our receiving core is great, but I do think it's strong enough to ease up on people packing the box.
It's not.
I want to jump in real quick. I totally think the receiving core is horrible. But,
Oh my God!
But
I mean, and that's fine.
But let me say this though. It's just, people. It's a misconception that Saquon didn't play against stacked boxes last year, because I was reading the stat and it said he played against the stacked box 68% of the time anyway. So it's going to increase a tad bit more. Maybe 99.9% of the time. He's going to eat as well, though.
I really think y'all are highly, highly underrating the receiver core.
Okay, let me say this.
It's cool.
Because Sterling Shepard played here for 2 seasons. I watched him practice out, game in, game out.
For the Panthers?
Yeah.
Sterling Shepard did?
Yeah.
Sterling Shepard was drafted by the Giants. You think about Russell Shepard.
Sterling Shepard never played anywhere but in New York.
You think about Russell Shepard.
Oh, am I thinking about the wrong Shepard?
This totally disqualifies your argument from this point.
Yeah, hey,
this is Sterling Shepard, kid from Oklahoma.
Yes.
He never played with the Panthers.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that gets those cleaning yards.
Okay, my bad. I thought this was Russell Shepard, but the Sterling Shepard kid from Oklahoma. So you got Golden Tate and you have Sterling Shepard. My apologies, everyone. My apologies. You have Golden State, you have Golden Tate, you have Sterling Shepard. Hold on.
The place.
He's out for 5 weeks.
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson,
Right.
Draymond out there.
Dre out there. Yeah,
Hey, they might as well be.
You're right.
They might as well be.
But I think a name that everybody's forgetting who could be a really solid sleeper for the Giants is Cody Latimer. Keep an eye on that dude, especially with the injuries and suspensions early. Cody Latimer might eat.
Kid from Indiana.
And I'm gonna hit this for Yosh though, because I do want to shout the Giants out, because every time everyone expect them to be like ridiculously horrible, they end up being pretty solid. They be pretty decent. So
But that was before Eli Manning was hot garbage, though.
I do think.
Right.
See, but I'm gonna tell you what. I don't think. I think Eli Manning starts about the first 2 games, and then I think Daniel Jones takes over.
I think as in win about 6 games. I think they'll win about 6 games.
I think Daniel Jones ends up taking over after 2 games, maybe 3.
If they win 6 games, Saquon Barkley is definitely leading the league in rushing yards. If they win 6 games, he balled out for them 6 games. And I'm sure they're going to be in at least 2 or 3 other ones. So if you giving them 6, I think that wraps it up.
And don't forget, I'm gonna be real. We actually have a pretty good. Our defense is not horrible.
No, it's
pretty
not.
good. Our defense is pretty good.
But I think it's gonna be on the field a lot. It's gonna be on the field a lot.
Good.
Y'all gonna have that Buffalo Bills type defense.
I think you over exaggerating the defense, but either way, just in terms of this question, I think when you also take into consideration that they've improved their offensive line, I think Barkley really is going to have a good season, a great season. Like I think he's going to be the thing that people look at the Giants and be like, yo, I know they only won 4 games, but Barkley had 1,800 yards. That's what people are going to remember about this year.
I could agree with that. Saquon's going to have a great season.
Yeah.
Right.
I just don't think he's going to lead the league in rushing.
Okay. Something tells me we will discuss this again at some point. Receiving yards. Who's going to lead the league in receiving yards, Pooh?
I selected Tyreek Hill.
Okay. All right. West Coast?
Shout out to the homie Doug, but his baby brother Devontae Adams.
Oh, no doubt. Okay. All right. Regular Scott, who's leading the league in receiving yards?
Michael Thomas.
Go. All right. The NFL's highest paid wide receiver.
What was that?
Oh, shit. Lenny Kim in the building?
Anything, everything, and nothing.
Lenny Kim in the building?
I was like, Kim coming to talk some NFL with us? Better yet, Lynn coming to talk some NFL with us?
Yeah, it was Lynn coming. No, it's Kim coming, rather.
I threw my phone down on the soundboard. My bad.
I was like, oh, shit. I was like, everybody's showing up for the NFL show.
Let me just turn the volume down off that, just in case.
Well, since Yosh got something to say, who's going to lead the league in receiving yards, Yosh?
Oh, Michael Thomas.
Okay. All right. Al, what say you?
I'm going to be a contrarian and go with DeAndre.
Okay. And money. Anybody outside of Russell Shepard leading the league in receiving yards?
I'm going to go. Screw that. I'm going to go with Julio Jones, man.
Are we gonna get the typical 1,300 yards and 2 touchdowns from Julio?
Yeah.
I got him projected a little higher than 2 touchdowns, but I think it's going to cross that 1,500 yard threshold.
Okay. All right. And while we're speaking about receiving yards, I had just a general question. Who want to jump in can jump in. What stat wise? What are we looking at? And this is, of course, a personal question. Who's better season receiving yards and touchdowns, Pooh, Juju or AB?
AB.
All right. Money?
Oh, Juju.
Mm-hmm. West Coast?
AB.
Al?
Juju.
Regular?
Juju.
And Yosh?
Juju.
All right. Yeah, what the hell wrong with y'all dudes think AB gonna get more? Like, really? From David Carr? His kids don't even. His kids
thought about
don't
the quarterback.
even know. Right. Who
thought about the quarterback?
Pooh.
Yeah, that's what I thought about.
Yeah,
David Carr straight, man.
Yep.
I mean, he's
I
straight.
mean,
David Carr straight, man.
Straight as in he likes women. Yeah, we know that.
Nah,
he's a terrible quarterback.
No, he's above average.
He's above average. Yeah,
That ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Above average ain't going.
Why they gonna cut it?
Above average,
Why they
above
gonna cut it?
average gonna cut it against.
We don't seen Nuke lead the league with above average. I mean, with backups,
Low average
with backups
quarterback.
coming in. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah, but that's like
That's what.
still, like you're not comparing apples to apples. Like what we're saying is, like, for one, the coverage on Antonio Brown is not going to change. Right? He's going to be double teamed all the time. Still. So, but we ain't talking about Nuke. We talking about AB, and like, it's not the same situation. You talking about you just said Nuke's the best receiver in the league.
Yes.
Right. So that.
I mean, but Brown's not. You know,
I know, but we're not talking about Nuke, is what I'm saying. Right?
True.
We're talking about Antonio Brown with an above-average quarterback and a coach who's not going to force-feed him the ball the way the Steelers did.
Yeah, we were just talking about this.
Man, you guys really think he's not going to be force-fed and moved all over the field?
Absolutely
I think he's going to be moved all over the field. I don't think it's going to be forced balls in the triple coverage, 18 targets a game. I don't think that's going to happen.
Right.
I don't think that's going to happen. We just talked about how
did y'all wait a minute? Did you guys not watch the Raiders last year? How many attempts they was trying to get the ball to Amari Cooper? Did y'all not watch the Raider games?
Crabtree got about 10 to 12, at least 10 to 12 targets.
And then they was like, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and scrap this on Cooper. We're gonna send him out. But they was attempting to get it to that kid. Did y'all not watch that?
He was leading the league in drops up until then.
I was gonna say that kid had a lot of drops, but
I mean
they weren't the quarterback's fault.
However, Amari Cooper didn't demand the type of coverage that
exactly. Amari Cooper was a double team every single play.
People over the top and underneath
I hear what you're saying. I do, but now if AB sees all of that.
And
cool,
he will.
But what you gonna do with Tyrell Williams?
We ain't talking about Tyrell Williams. We're talking about AB.
Right.
It's just a strictly stat question.
What I'm trying to say is, Juju, his second receiver, isn't gonna produce enough. James Washington isn't gonna produce enough.
So are you saying that Tyrell? What was his last name you just said? Williams is a
shots
huge,
fired. Man.
No, I'm serious. Like you saying Tyrell Williams, like Dante Moncrief. Ain't
no, I like
same
Moncrief.
Thing. Right.
No, I like Moncrief better. I like Moncrief better.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm. So that's even like shallow because
I like
Tyrell Williams had one good season. I'm just you look at everything involved, offensive line, quarterback, don't forget, the Steelers have a better running back than I'm just trying to figure out, outside of just his name, how does AB have a better season? I ain't saying AB is trash. AB's still one of the easy top 3 in the league. It's just circumstances. There's no way he gets more receiving yards than Juju.
I like it. I like it.
I don't agree with you. I feel like Juju has to adjust to double and triple teaming way more than AB does.
You think Juju's going to get a triple team, though?
Nobody's getting triple team. AB ain't getting triple team.
You know what I mean? He's going to get extra defenders. There's going to be people that
are the NBA,
shadowing him all the way around. There's going to be the zones are going to be adjusted so that there's always somebody in his vicinity.
Right.
And Juju hasn't had to. He's been one-on-one because of AB. This is the first time he has to deal with that.
But the Steelers have been scheming,
right?
Like from
Juju doesn't play strictly on the outside, right?
They've been figuring this shit out for the last 5-6 years how to get AB open. So they just gonna put Juju in that slot,
right? And they've been doing that with Juju. Antonio Brown 90% of the time was on the left side of the field last year. Juju was the one they moved around. Juju was the best slot receiver in the league last year.
And now he's going to be on the left side 90% of the time.
No, he's not. That's how they play him. The outside receivers, when they go 3 receivers, are going to be Moncrief and Washington. Juju's going to play the slot when they go 3 receivers. When they go 2 receivers, Juju's going to be on the right side most of the time. And they still have a better tight end. I just don't. They have a better offensive line. I just don't get it. And John Gruden. In the history of John Gruden's career, what quarterback has he ever developed?
That's a fair question.
I mean, I don't know. Didn't Rich Gannon throw for like
No. I said develop, not inherit.
But David Carr
I wouldn't necessarily argue that he's developed. David Carr's still developing.
Yeah, he's valid though. David Carr's valid, but anyway,
David Carr regressed under John Gruden last year.
Nah,
David Carr was hurt under John Gruden last year.
I thought he was banged up.
He got banged up, but he had a lot of drops, and his receiving core was like, bro. I'm not even gonna talk about what those guys were.
Man,
but they're gonna
on the stat sheet. Now I say this.
Say no more.
On the stat sheet, when those interceptions go up, do they give them to Amari Cooper?
You got it. You got this one.
Outside of excuses and
you got it, Jay. You got it.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to. You just threw the name out there. I'm trying to figure out one good reason. Y'all didn't give me one yet.
I like.
Other than you like him.
More. I like Brown more because I mean, from what I've read and what I've seen and heard Gruden talk about, Brown is not gonna. He's not gonna sit in one spot. He's gonna move all over the field as well. And I like Derek Carr. I like the offense. I like Gruden's offense. I like his talent out there as well. So I'm willing to. I think I'm gonna roll with Brown. I'm gonna roll with Brown as a better talent as well. He's more talented than Juju. So I'm gonna roll with the talent.
True.
So the same offensive coordinator, the same head coach, the same quarterback, the same offense that made Amari Cooper look absolutely trash.
Amari Cooper dropped the ball consistently.
Yeah, but they also didn't do him any favors either, though.
Well, he was schemed open a lot, Jay. He just flat out didn't come up with the rock. Like
so Amari Cooper figured out how to play football when he went to Dallas, is what you're saying?
Sounds like it. That's what it
sounds like.
So you mean to tell me Scott Linehan was the savior to Amari Cooper?
He wanted out, Jay.
He wanted out.
Okay, and so you don't think Antonio Brown's going to want out when he ain't getting the ball? In that same offense?
He's going to get it.
He already said he want out because he ain't getting the fucking helmet he want.
Cooper. Hey, Amari got the ball. He just didn't do anything with it. He just didn't catch it.
He done practice 0.5 times.
The man didn't wear shoes in a cryogenic chamber. They ain't the smartest motherfucker in the world. You really mean to tell me that a dude who was on a perennial Super Bowl contender is going to go to Oakland and be happy?
Oakland paid him.
Huh?
Oakland paid him, so he is going to be happy at least this year.
No.
True.
Until he's not getting the ball. Now, there are two aspects to Antonio Brown. One is the money. Two is statistics.
Wasn't you moderating this conversation like a part of the game?
Statistics. He loves statistics.
He loves statistics.
He's going to get the catches. He's going to get the yards.
Going to get the targets.
I agree with you, Jay.
He's going to get that.
There's no way.
It'll be before week 6. He'll have at least one blow up on the sideline.
Right.
Throwing his helmet.
Cursing the
quarterback out. Cursing John Gruden out.
It won't be for lack of targets and lack of ball.
He led the league in targets last year, Pooh.
Might be losses, but
he led the league in targets last year, and he was unhappy.
So what it sounds like it might come down to is if AB is going to actually make it through the whole season and not give up on the team, pretty much.
That's part of it, though. That's part of it.
Yeah, and
that's part of why he won't outperform Juju.
Right, and if he's not outperforming Juju, he ain't gonna be happy. That's the prime reason why he wanted out of Pittsburgh last year, because he was being outperformed by Juju. If you look across the country and Juju outperforming him again, he gonna find a way to throw a fit and throw shade and do all the shit that Antonio Brown does. That's just what he does. He's gonna cause disruption.
And honestly, I hope I'm wrong because I love his talent. I love to see him on the field, but I just don't think he's gonna. I don't think there's too many factors that are the same in Pittsburgh that are different in Oakland, and I just don't think, I don't see it. I don't see it. And y'all haven't convinced me otherwise.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting on somebody to convince me.
You guys haven't convinced me either.
Right.
So we're at a stalemate. We're at a stalemate.
True that.
Yeah.
Well, if consistency don't help convince you, then
We'll see. I'm just again, this is a point I'm sure we'll talk about again later in the season.
I'll tell you what. You take AB in the draft, and I'm gonna take Juju. We gonna rock.
And you gonna eat.
Done.
Gonna rock.
Done.
John Gruden with that 1995 offense, though. That's all right.
He's tweaked it. It's tweaked
A little bit.
True that.
Tweaked it like a bad hamstring. Money.
Yo.
Who's leading the league in sacks this year?
I'm gonna say one of them Cowboy DNs.
Demarcus Lawrence. I'll give you
Demarcus Lawrence. Yeah, Demarcus Lawrence. Couldn't think of his name. I knew it was Demarcus Lawrence, man. I'm gonna say,
I got you.
Thanks, Al.
All right. Yo,
They gonna be on the field a lot, so
had to find a way to get around then.
that offense ain't gonna be hitting on much if Zeke don't come.
Wow.
Here's the issue, Alfred Morris.
Good job.
Get 80 plays a game on D.
Good job. Good job. I just said, well played.
Right.
Hey, Pooh. But we punting again.
Right. I know how it go. I seen my Bears offense look horrible for many years.
Oh man.
I don't think that's gonna be the case this year, fellas.
Without that kid?
Well,
You know Dak won 40
I
minutes,
expect him
right?
to come back. That's all. I'm just keeping it there. I expect them to pay him, and he'll be back.
Wait. You know Dak won $40 million, right?
Yo, when it comes to sources, I'm just not that big on sources. But do I think? I mean, again, I don't hate on nobody getting their money. If I was Jerry Jones, would I pay him $40 million? No, I would not. But that being said, he gonna be there, and I think Zeke gonna be there, and I think our offense is gonna just continue to build like we were doing at the end of the season last year. And we got a couple more weapons, and Randy Cobb and Dude Pollard, rookie.
You did.
Jason Witten's back to be that solid leader in the locker room and get me a third down conversion.
Yeah.
Man, y'all better not put that old man out on the field. Y'all better not endanger that man.
Hey, I thought he was coaching.
Right?
He's been perfecting one play all training camp. 3rd and 4, run 5 yards, turn around, catch it, perfect.
Hey, that's his thing, yo.
He can do that though. Hey,
That's all we need. That's all we need.
It's stop route. Yeah.
All right.
And at the end of it, they're gonna be like, "But we punting again."
Yosh. Did we lose Yosh?
Nah, man.
Oh, okay. Yosh, who's leading the league in sacks?
I think Aaron Donald.
Okay. All right. Al, who's leading the league in sacks?
Myles Garrett.
Good one. All right. West Coast.
Chris Jones, Kansas City Chiefs.
Another good one. All right. Regular. Who's leading the league in sacks?
I agree with West Coast, Chris Jones.
Okay. Good one. All right. This is a bit of like tackles is a kind of a obscure.
What about me?
stat.
What about me?
Oh. I thought you. I just assumed you were gonna say Antonio Brown. Who do you think is gonna lead the league in sacks?
The obvious choice, the Mac attack.
No doubt. Yeah. So again, like tackles is kind of an obscure stat. It's hard to keep track of. But if you had to put your money on anybody, Pooh, who's leading the league in tackles?
Man, I'm gonna go with Roquan Smith this year, man. He was only like 25 off, and he started off a little slow, missed camp. I'm gonna go with Roquan Smith, man. He's better than what I thought he was. In fact, he's better than what you said he was. because I remember you hyped him. He's a monster. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Raekwon. I mean, Roquan. I thought you were about to say I was shitting on Roquan. I was like, I did.
No. You was hyping him up because I really wasn't. I was wanting the kid that Buffalo drafted, the young kid that got out of Vitek.
Edmonds.
Edmonds, yeah.
Funny, I wanted Roquan for the Niners.
For real?
Yeah. I got in and snatched him right quick. I thought we was going to get him. I was about to be like, okay, cool, we got another one.
Right.
All right, yeah, Roquan's a good one. Al, who's leading the league in tackles?
Darius Leonard.
Good one. Yosh, who's leading the league in tackles?
Second Al, Darius Leonard.
Nice. Regular Scott, who's leading the league in tackles?
I almost went with my boy Edmonds. I was actually really thinking about going with him, but I'm going to go with Bobby Wagner.
Good one. All right. West Coast, who's leading the league in tackles?
Man, I think there's going to be a huge upkick in Luke Kuechly's tackles this year because Thomas Davis ain't there no more. But Darius Leonard was everywhere, and I think he's going to continue to be everywhere.
Okay. All right. And Money, who's leading the league in tackles?
Van Der Esch.
Yeah, I can see that.
Van Der Esch. They're gonna be on the field a lot.
They're gonna be on the field a lot. They are. They're gonna have to make a bunch of second down tackles.
They have to make a bunch of tackles.
Wow.
Oh gosh. I mean,
Down tackles.
he was already gonna be in the top 5 anyway, but they're gonna be on the field so much that it just that boosts them into the. Nah, he's honestly ranked my second rated linebacker in the league anyway. So.
You don't think Jalen Smith's gonna take away a lot of those tackles?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
No.
That kid's got a nose for the ball, man.
That kid gonna get tackles.
He had like 143 tackles last year, and he split time.
Yeah.
Like that's absurd.
The whole season.
That's absurd. That's absurd.
Yeah.
He gonna be everywhere.
And Miles Leonard was 163, so he was 20
if you say Myers Leonard one more time.
Hey, Darius Leonard, man.
We're gonna
Miles in my head, man, because I played him on FanDuel one time, and I thought that kid was gonna pan out for me, and he was stunk. He might have had like 1 point, but anyway,
he ain't showing up for you tonight either.
True. Hey, Darius Leonard, man, y'all know that.
I said Russell Shepard, so it's all good.
I feel you.
Leave it up to our fantasy beast guys to not know players' names.
Fuck up the names.
Right.
Hey, look, dog.
Shout out to fantasy beast.
Hey, I'm used to last names anyway. I'm good with last names.
Hey, all we do is look at football names all day. Man.
Right.
All day.
Y'all giving me last names. Hey, who gonna win MVP? Smith.
Smith, right. His last name.
Best player in the league, Johnson.
Right.
What?
Right. Or I'll give you his number.
Right.
Oh, that guy from that team. All right, so I'll just ask this question this way. Anybody outside of Jalen Ramsey or Eddie Jackson leading the league in interceptions this year?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, well, I'll ask the real question. Al, who's leading the league in interceptions this year?
Aqib Talib.
Where is Talib now?
L.A.
Oh, he's still in L.A. Okay, yeah, he is in L.A. All right, West Coast.
I have a Dory Jackson written on my paper.
Not a bad one. Okay. All right, Regular Scott, who's leading the league in interceptions?
Jordan Poyer.
Okay. Michael Hyde's running mate.
Dude, he loves the Bills.
Yeah.
Hey, we solid on defense, man. Like I really believe we're solid on defense.
And shit, if you can't be a homer, what's the point of being a fan? So,
that's a fact.
All right. Yosh, who's leading the league in interceptions?
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. Pooh, who's leading the league in interceptions?
Man, I had Eddie Jack, but since you done soured that,
Nah, I ain't sour. I'm just if that's what you want.
I'll go with the guy I think that led it last year. Wasn't it Kyle Fuller?
Yeah,
it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I go with Kyle for the back to back.
Okay.
It was a three-way tie.
Yeah,
True.
And
Hey.
you know that rarely happens.
Yeah.
Guys lead the league in interceptions 2 years in a row.
Right.
But I like that. Stick your neck out there. Money. Who's leading the league in interceptions?
Marshawn Lattimore.
That's a good one. All right. Next, we're going to move on to position groups. Now, I give a position. Who has the best, when it's time for meetings, who has the best group of talent in that meeting room in the NFL? So, first off, running backs. Pooh, who is the best running back group in the NFL?
Pool over there opening Snickers.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't me.
You cheese it?
Nah, that wasn't me. I was on mute. So I did this one wrong. I thought you were saying you're talking about by team.
Yes.
Which team has the best running back?
Yeah,
Okay.
by team.
Okay. No, I thought he was saying like which in the entire NFL you think is the better receivers or better backs. That's what I thought. But okay, the team best running back group in the NFL. Ooh, boy, it's just hard to go away from Cleveland with Hunt and Chubb.
Okay. Solid. Money. Best running back meeting room in the NFL.
I gotta go with Cleveland also.
Okay. Yosh, best running back group.
Ditto.
All right. West Coast.
All right, I'm switching it up on you. I like the Patriots.
Me too.
Okay. The versatility.
Yeah, there's just too much going on in that room.
All right. Regular.
The Saints.
Ooh. Okay.
With
Kamara and who?
yeah.
Tomorrow and that
Murray, man. Murray solid.
Why
Murray
y'all
solid,
trying to
though.
clown, man?
Murray solid, though.
Why y'all clowning?
He,
With Latavius?
yeah, he got to.
He's solid.
He's solid.
solid.
He ain't no.
He's
He ain't no
solid.
Mark
bum.
Ingram.
He ain't no bum.
He's not
Hey,
Mark
Drew
Ingram.
Brees is gonna get the most out of that kid this year. Watch what I tell you.
Drew
And
Brees.
DeMarco
Drew
Murray.
Brees. Hey, Drew Brees. Woo. Hey, I got news for y'all about Drew Brees.
Yeah, I caught him with money on that one in advance.
Woo-hoo.
I do want to give a quick honorable mention to the Titans running back core, though.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot about that. I slept
Yeah.
on them.
Derrick Henry and Deion Lewis, I like them too.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, I slept on them.
Who didn't get to taste that one? Everybody got that one?
Yeah, let me go to Cleveland. I like the Browns.
Okay. All right. Regular Scott, best wide receiver core in the NFL.
The Rams.
Nice one. All right. Money, best wide receivers in the NFL.
Man, it's really tough to go against Cleveland again. I like the Rams receiving core. I think 1 through 4 is really versatile. They can do a lot of things to you. Their quarterback makes it all go. But Landry, Beckham, Higgins, I'm gonna go Cleveland.
Okay. All right. Al, best wide outs in the NFL.
I like the Falcons.
The good one. All right. Pooh, best wide receivers in the NFL.
Man, just to be different, boy, I like Cleveland and boy, I like St. Louis. Just to be different, I'll go Chargers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yosh, best wideouts in the NFL.
I think I'm hating this, but I agree with Pooh again. Chargers.
Hey, don't do it like that, yo. Don't do it like that.
And West Coast, best wideouts in the NFL.
Well, I think I'm with regular with the Rams, but I also feel like I gotta give love to the Texans.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, I
if
like
they
the
stay
Texans.
if they stay healthy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, that was a good one there, West Coast. Texans is a good one.
Okay.
Those young Kiki Kuti.
Yeah,
he was getting off by the end.
All right. All right.
He banged up again.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
All right. West Coast, we'll double back with you. Who's got the best offensive line in the NFL?
The Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. Something nice to say, I see. All right. Al, on cue. Who's the best offensive line in the NFL?
That's my pick. I'm second there with the Cowboys.
All right. Pooh, what about you?
Man, we have a consensus on that.
All right. Money?
Hey, I'm going with the Cowboys. That line is bananas.
All right. Yosh?
Ditto.
All right. And Regular Scott?
I don't mind being the odd man out. The Patriots.
Always formidable. Damn right. All right. And just to let y'all know, the NFL, the offensive line with the most Pro Bowlers last year was the Pittsburgh Steelers. But moving on. Al, who's got the best set of pass rushers in the NFL?
I'm going with the Browns with Garrett, Olivia Vernon, Sheldon Richardson. I'm going with the Browns.
Yeah. Good thing our offensive line is solid. Shit. West Coast, who's the best set of pass rushers in the NFL?
Bears.
All right. Yosh, who's got the best pass rush in the NFL?
It was between the Bears and the Browns for me, but I think the Browns eked it out.
All right. Who I want to go? Pooh, who's got the best set of pass rushers in the NFL?
Well, of course, the easy choice for me is the Bears. However, just to be a little different, I'll go with the Broncos.
Okay. All right. Money, what say you?
Shout out to the Broncos and the Bears. So I'm going to go Cleveland.
Okay. And Regular Scott?
The Houston Texans.
I was waiting for somebody to say Houston.
Yeah. I mean, they can't stay healthy neither.
I mean, I was gonna say they always hurt.
Somebody always hurt on that line.
Who out there?
But we are talking about each of these groups at their peak.
Right.
Like, and at their peak, I'm taking Houston.
Oh, that's what we're talking about. At their peak?
I'm saying that's
I hardly ever get to see it.
Well, that's the premise. That's the premise of all these questions. Like, because we're talking about Dallas's offensive line. Shit, Tyrell was hurt last year.
Oh, okay.
They don't always be hurt.
But no, Tyron Smith been hurt the last 2 years with his back.
I think the last three, Jay.
And Frederick missed the entire season last year. So, I mean, the premise of the question is at their best. Who's the best? Because, I mean, injuries happen.
Fair enough. I want to give a shout out to that Niners defensive line, though. I do. I like what they've done. And I feel like they're going to cause some problems.
Right. And they're going to be on the field a lot.
And they're going to be they might be on the field a lot.
That Carolina Panthers front going to be crazy, too.
Oh, so this is the part of the show where we just shout out our own teams. Anybody else got something to say? Anybody else got something to say about their team's pass?
Shout out to the Bills, then.
Right.
Shout out to Buffalo. Coming.
Right. Here's looking at you, T.J. Watt, Bud Dupree. Hey.
Watch out for them Jets.
Right.
Y'all so stupid.
Crucial, man. Although the Broncos line is scary, though. The Broncos line, any line that got Von Miller on it is scary. If Derek Wolfe was coming home for real.
Well, shout out to the Rams line, then.
Hey,
shout everyone.
Did Chubb have 10 sacks as well? Did he have those?
Yeah, man. I had to think about Chubb, too, because they had to triple everybody on the left-hand side. They was hitting Von Miller with people from the sideline.
Yeah, he was like on the commercial. He had to go through the airport line. He had a bee's nest on his right arm, like all kind of shit. Ropes around his ankles. Still got to the quarterback. West Coast, best linebacker core in the NFL.
Man. This one had me thinking for a minute because I had to think about the 4-3 and the 3-4. So I would say overall, if I had to just take a core and go with it, it's probably the Ravens.
All right. Oh, and I can't believe nobody mentioned the Chargers pass rush, by the way. But
I mean,
with Ingram and Bosa, but that's pretty dangerous. But yeah, Regular Scott, who's the best group of linebackers in the NFL?
Shout out to Al, Dallas.
Yeah, tough. Al, what say you?
What would be the Dallas Cowboys?
Right.
Van Der Esch, Jalen Smith, and Sean Lee. That's my pick.
Right. Sean Lee for all 6 games.
Hey.
Sean Lee is going to play. Sean Lee is going to play 4 games.
Right.
Yeah, that's not the premise.
And Sean Lee might be the outlier to the premise.
Oh, man.
Pooh, who's the best group of linebackers in the league?
Man, I really, really love the Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to them. And once I looked at Roquan and Trevathan, I was like, oh, boy, Dallas done edged us out. But once I throw Khalil Mack in there, give me Chicago Bears.
All right. Khalil Mack's not really a linebacker anymore.
They have him. That's what they have him.
Yeah, he's listed as a left outside linebacker.
Yeah. He is. Yeah. Khalil Mack don't drop in coverage ever.
Nah, we dropped him. That's how he got the touchdown. That's how he scored the touchdown last year against Green Bay.
I mean,
we dropped him.
That was on a zone blitz, but I get it.
We dropped him.
I mean, I get it. That one play y'all did drop him. I get it.
He just happened to make a play,
right? So I get it. So technically,
you know what?
And I'm using my radio air quotes here. He's a linebacker. I
just thought about.
If I had to take him out, then
no, you good. He is listed as a linebacker.
If I have to take him out, okay.
Yeah, he's listed as well. I just thought about something. I'm thinking of a Ravens team of old. In reality, I should have said the Seahawks.
Yeah, the Seahawks solid. Yeah. I was wondering what Ravens. Who you talking about? Talking about Young?
Yeah. No. In my head, it was way too much. Like I was thinking way too old.
I was thinking maybe you meant the Jets or something. I don't know. But okay.
Oh man, Yosh, the best linebackers in the league.
Cowboys.
All right. Anybody left out?
Me.
Who's me? Money?
Yeah.
Money. Who's the best linebackers in the league?
Hey, man. It's Dallas Cowboys, but huge shout out to the linebackers down there in Tampa Bay. Oh, my God.
What about them?
Who? Oh, you talking about if they're healthy? Because, like, two of them out for the year, right? Levante David and
Quan Alexander, they both hurt.
Yeah, both of them out for the year or something. But I got you. That's not the point.
And Devin White.
And Devin White looked
Devin White hurt too?
Nah, he just looked like pure absolute trash in that first preseason game. But
he'll be all right.
Maybe he'll be all right. Man, maybe.
Yeah, he can be all right.
Never. And I'll preface this with I'm not a big Devin White fan, but
sure
show about that. Best group of DBs, Money.
Hey, this might be the homer answer, but I like us. Bradbury. Watch out. I think Action Jackson gonna be an All-Pro. We just brought back David Boston, and we got Eric Reed. Man, I think we solid.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yosh, the best set of DBs in the league.
I think it's going to be the Saints.
Okay. West Coast?
Bears.
Wow. Okay. Al?
I like the Bears, too.
All right. Regular Scott?
The Rams.
Okay. All right.
You don't sound too happy with that pick, Money.
Nah,
He was like,
they give up way too much.
Since you're not gonna ask me, Jay, I'm gonna go with the Bears as well.
Somehow I knew, but yeah.
I feel like I got to give a shout out to the Broncos again, though. They kind of did put together a little bit of a defense. Chris Harris is a legit stud.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Right. Where did Bradley Roby? Where did he go? He signed a 1-year deal somewhere, and I can't remember. But
I can't remember neither.
Yeah.
I like Roby.
Yeah.
I thought he stayed. I thought he was there.
No, he's not there no more.
Yeah. He signed a 1-year deal, kind of betting on himself. I can't remember where he went. But yeah. Well, we're going to jump into now the real actual awards. So, West Coast, starting with you. Who is going to be the most improved player in the league next year?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
All right. Al, what say you?
Lamar Jackson.
Pooh?
Wow. Hey, Lamar Jackson, I really like that one. Hey, Roby signed with the Texans. But most improved player, I have Mike Williams.
Okay. Yosh?
Mike Williams. No explanation, but had an opportunity to kind of talk with him a couple weeks ago. He's extremely focused. Like, he's been working his behind off. So, Mike, definitely Mike.
I like Mike Williams. Money, most improved player.
I like Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson.
Okay. Regular Scott.
Will Fuller.
Okay.
Which one, the fourth or the fifth?
The man from the Texas.
Okay, so the fifth. Got you.
Right.
He just got to stay healthy. He put up
Just
gaudy numbers.
I agree.
Yeah, he put up gaudy numbers. Yeah.
But if he stay healthy a full season, like them numbers gonna be bigger, especially if Watson can stay healthy too. Like,
yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
All right. Al, who's your most improved player?
I had Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah, you did. All right. Did I hit everybody on that one? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't have this one on the list, so hopefully y'all can pull something out your ass. I just thought about it. Who's the comeback player of the year? Pooh?
Comeback player of the year. Wow. I can't even remember who was out.
Right.
But right tip of my tongue, I'm gonna go with what's his name? Geis. I can't remember his first name. Is it Darius?
Yeah.
Darius. Yeah.
All right. And I'm not sure if Le'Veon counts in this since he was technically out last year.
Oh, yeah.
Not
I
sure.
feel like he kind of should.
Yeah, he should.
All right.
Could I take that back?
Yeah, you can. That's why I just threw it out there.
Give me Lev. I totally forgot about Lev. Yeah. Me Lev.
All right. West Coast.
For comeback player of the year, I'm gonna stay with Jimmy G.
All right.
I feel like he's got something that he's gonna have to prove, considering we paid him and then he ran out of bounds or didn't run out of bounds like an idiot.
He about to stink this bitch up.
What's that you spell? That's right.
Kyle Shanahan is a proven quarterback whisperer, so let's see.
True that.
All right. Regular Scott, comeback player of the year.
I like Le'Veon Bell. I think that's a pretty solid selection. I was thinking that I'll probably go with Le'Veon Bell.
Okay. All right. Pooh. Well, no, you already went. I'm sorry. Al, who's your comeback player of the year?
Earl Thomas.
Damn good.
Middle finger giving Earl Thomas.
Right.
Yeah, I like it.
Yosh, who's your comeback player of the year?
Le'Veon Bell.
Good one. And Money, who's your comeback player of the year?
Got Bell ranked in my top 10 fantasy guys, man. I haven't seen him play in a year, so let Bell.
All right. Cool. All right. Next up on the list, money. Who is going to be the coach of the year?
What's my man's name in Kansas City?
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid. Yeah, Andy Reid.
Oh, regular season Andy. Yeah,
go ahead.
Al, who's your coach of the year?
Jason Garrett.
Oh, well, yeah, he's gonna have to do a great job.
That defense gonna be on the field a bunch.
You set yourself up for that one now.
Rushing out off my shoulders as we speak.
Preseason Jason.
He gonna have to be.
12-4, Jason.
Oh no, sir. Oh no, sir.
I think he said that it was serious too. Did you hear him?
Oh,
like,
no, sir.
12-4. That's a heck of a prediction.
I feel like he was serious right there.
Oh no, sir.
Hey, he said preseason Jay.
Oh man. Yo man.
Hard knocks, Jason.
Hard knocks, Jason.
Hard knocks, Jason.
Oh man, that was great.
I'm getting feedback.
Yo, what's that?